Okay, once again, sorry, apologize. This is a recording. We are recording Sports Talk tonight. So, once again, we are previewing Southeastern and Central Connecticut. This weekend, game will be at 11 a.m. That game will be televised on their network, which is Central Connecticut's feed. So you'll be able to have opportunity to watch that football game or listen to the game on 90.9 KSLU. That's on the internet. So we are going to be doing that tonight with you. So let's go ahead and give you in-depth look at Central Connecticut State University. We are looking at them right now. Okay, Central Connecticut State University. We have it on the screen. Central has never lost to a Northeast Conference team. They are 7-0 in conference. Their time of possession pretty consistent. They're at 38-37. So they will be playing the Lions this weekend. So let's give you their history. I'm going to go over the numbers. Okay, this is the first meeting between these two schools, Southeastern and Central Connecticut. This has been since Southeastern brought football back in 2003. Let's give you another site of information. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give you those numbers. So I'm going to put this on the screen. So I'm going to run through these numbers. So I'm going to run through this. See if we can give you a little in-depth information. We'll pull this in. I'll pull me in. So I'm going to pull me in right here. And pull this in right here so you'll see me. Okay. Okay, no. Let's see. Okay, let's give you those numbers. Okay. So let's give you a breakdown. Okay, I'm going to give you a roster breakdown. Okay, these are the roster breakdowns. So we'll pull this in so you'll be able to see it. So let me get this switched in. I know it's a low. Okay, these are the rosters right here. Okay, this is the depth chart going into this Saturday's game. Ramel Williams, he's a sophomore on the offense. He is the pull this in. He is the quarterback, so he's a 6'1" sophomore. Also, Shawnee Mitchell, that's number 17. He's also another grad transfer, so he's a grad transfer of Central Michigan University. Also, their running back depth, they have 3 running backs, one sophomore, one junior, one senior. They have Nash Smith, he's 5'10", 220. Also, Keynote Lucas, and also Kiana Hunton. That's another guy. Now they're tight end. They have 2 tight ends they use for Central Michigan. They have Tyshawn James and also Eric Summit. That's another guy they use in their lineup. So that's a pretty consistent situation with Central Connecticut State University. So let me go through the. Let me see. I'm gonna pull this down. Okay, I'm gonna go in. I'm going a little smaller. There we go. So I'm going to go through the rosters. The wide receivers, so we're going through the... Now you got your offensive line. You have offensive line up front. They got a pretty good offensive line. One's 305. One is 260. One is at 300. So they'll match up pretty well with the Lions' defensive line when it comes down to it. So I say this. Look, if Southeastern gets into a... trenches battle, I think Southeastern can win this battle. So this is your lineups we're going to be showing you. Okay, the wide receivers. Wonley, he's 5'6", 197 athlete. Also Marsh is another guy. They're definitely and also you have Pierce, and Williams. Now your specialists, you have the kicker Joe Zappi. He's 5'11", so pretty good, consistent roster if you ask me. Also on the defense, they got some pretty good defensive players. They got Washington. Washington's another guy. Then you got April, and you got Infimi Okajaya, if I'm saying his name right. I don't want to butcher this young man's name. So your defensive players, they got some pretty good players up front. So they got some 6 feet players. Also, they have one that's the cornerbacks are 5'10" and a half. So I look at it this way: this is a pretty good depth chart, if you ask me. So this is coached by Ryan McCarthy. This is in his 3rd season with Central Connecticut State. So they'll go ahead and we'll break down their last couple of games. So I'm going to go ahead and give you those breakdowns. So we pull these breakdowns up. Okay, the last game they played was I got them right here, the box scores. Okay, they played Wagner. So let me give you those numbers right on the screen. I'll pull them in. Okay, they won the game 21-19. Okay, let's give you those scoring plays. I'll put those, go through those scoring plays. Which, okay, the scoring plays, they had a 6-yard touchdown pass from Williams that was on 10 plays and 50 yards. Took 2 minutes and 11 seconds. So they scored in the second quarter. Wagner scored in the first quarter. They scored 2 scores, one on the 5-yard touchdown and one on a 18-yard field goal. Now the next play, touchdown, Central Connecticut State did. They had a 1-yard run that was on 5 plays and 70 yards. So here's what they're going to do in the third quarter. If they go 5 plays on runs or 5 plays on passes and then runs, Southeastern will be in a lot of trouble. So that's just something that Southeastern's going to have to be totally aware of. Now the next play was Wagner scored on 12 plays, 77-yard drive. So that was 12 plays and 77 yards. Now we're going to give you the numbers on them. So let me zoom this in a little bit closer to you. Okay, on first downs, Central Connecticut State had 14 first downs. They also had 49 yards rushing. That's on 34 carries. So they kind of didn't run the ball consistently when it came down to it. So that's an opportunity for Southeastern to get a stop on the run. Now they passed the ball, so they will pass the ball 24 times. So they'll pass 24 times, and they'll run in the game. So they'll run their ball 34 times in a game. So 34 times, and they'll pass 24 times. Now the total offensive plays they had, they used 58 plays. It was went up to 203. So very consistent when it comes down to it. So we'll pull those set of stats up. Let me see if I can get these pulled in, the new stats. Let's see if I got them. I got them right here. I got the stats. So we're going to give you reputable box score stats. So I'll give you those in just a second. Let me see. I'm going to pull this in. Give you a reputable box score against Wagner. So I'm going to pull it box score up. So we got the box score on the screen. So the box score is right on the screen. So I'm going to pull. Oh, shoot. So I'm going to pull these. Give me a second. I know it's a load. So let me get those box score numbers up. So let me see if I can zoom this in a little bit. Okay, this is on the these third down conversions. Let's give you those third down conversions. I'm gonna pull this in. Okay, the third down conversions. Wagner went 0 for 11. So, like I said, they're not a good third down team when it comes down to it. They went 0 for 11 versus Wagner. So Wagner had 35%. Now, they will go for it on fourth down. They went 3 out of 4 in that game versus Wagner. Now the total yards, like I said, they ran 58 plays. The net yards was 154 passing, and running the football, they ran it, like I said, 34 of 20, 34 of 49. So 34 49, 34 for 49 yards. Now they're let's see, let's give you their time of possession. Time of possession was 26-19, so 26-19 on their so I'm going to zoom it in a little bit more so you'll see it on the screen. Let me zoom it in. So let me zoom it in a little bit. So there it is. Your time of possession, 26-19 versus the defense being on that field 33 minutes. So 33 minutes is a hell of a long time being on that field. So I kind of look at it this way. If Southeastern can spawn up drives and stuff like that and try to keep them on the field as long as they need possible, that could be a good arrangement right there. So let's give you the drive summaries. I'm gonna pull those drive summaries up. Give me a second. I know it's a okay. Coastal we're gonna Central Connecticut. I'm gonna give you those. I'm gonna pull myself back. Okay, I'm gonna give you the drive summaries about Central Connecticut. I'm gonna go see if I can go one. Let's see. I'll give you. So I'm gonna go over the drive summary. Give me just a second to give you those drive summaries. I know we don't have people in here. We're recording, so I'm gonna Okay, this is it's a full yeah, it's a full thing right there. So okay, the drive summary began with Central Connecticut having a kicking a field goal. That was they had some punts. That was in the first punt in the first quarter. They also did fumble the ball. That was let's see. They did fumble the ball. So I'm gonna highlight it. So make sure we highlight it so you'll see it when you see this video. They punt, and then they did have an interception that was on 10 plays and 22 yards. So 10 plays and 22 yards. That was a punt. Let's see. This is a whole one, but we'll give you the numbers as we physically can. So I'm going to go ahead and give you the let's see, the individual stats, and we'll pull these up. Okay, the individual stats. So go ahead and go through the individual stats with you. So you'll see. Okay, once again, Romero Williams had 12 of 23 passing, 154, 2 scores. So that's why I say he had 2 scores. Now the running backs, Nassar Smith had 17 carries, 51 yards. He averaged 3.0. So the 2 running backs only averaged 3.0 yards per game. So that's the consistent way. So that's what they did. Now the wide receiver core, you had Wormley. He had 4 catches for 105 yards, 1 score. Smith had 3 catches. Let's see. Dogaler had 1 catch. Also, so I'm gonna tell you, they got some. They had some pretty good numbers, but the truth of the matter is, when they passed for only 154 yards, that's kind of a little anemic when it comes down to it. When they pass for 154 yards in games, so that's something. If Southeastern can hold them down to 100 yards plus, you got something going. But if you keep them in the game and stuff like that, they will attack. So let's go ahead and give you their total numbers. I'm gonna put those up on the screen. So I'm gonna move myself a little bit back again. I know it's a little. You'll better see me. Okay, let's give you those 2021 stats. Okay. Okay, they 1-1 on the season. Their total numbers right now, they speaks for itself. They have 36 first downs, 11 on runs, 20 on passes. So they're gonna get their first downs on mostly passes. When it comes down to it, they will get mostly the pass plays that will get them those first downs. Now, running the ball, they run for 182 yards. That's only 91 yards per game. So they kind of not, they kind of little ratchet when it comes down to it. That's on 70 carries. So they're only at 2.6. So they're not, they don't, like I say, they don't wow me when I look at these stats. They don't jump off the paper as other teams do, because they're 1-1. They played teams in the Northeast Conference. Now, passing the football, let's give you those numbers. Okay, passing the football, they passed for 466 yards. That's on 42 of 72. 42 of 72. So they only have 2 interceptions. They have 5 touchdown passes. So they run the ball one time and they pass touchdown. Now, let's give you the total yards of offense. They average 4.6 yards a pop versus giving up 633 yards. That's 316 yards average right there. Now, the time of possession 38-37 versus 36-08. So they're on the field a lot longer in those in games, in the last 2 games. Now, in the last 2 games, they've been averaging, they're 6 of 30 on third down conversion. So their third down conversion rate would not be a consistent number when it comes down to it. So I say this, look, if you could slow them down on third down, you have something going. But if you allow them to get substantial yards on third down, they're keeping those drives alive. So let's go ahead and give you the numbers. I'm going to go ahead and give you the rushing stats. Okay, this young man averages 91 yards. That's Smith. Williams averages 48. So they don't wow you. I mean, look, they only run for 182 yards. That's kind of inconsistent when it comes down to it. Now, Dawson for Central Connecticut State only has 39 yards. So that's 39 yards rushing. So these guys don't have much of a running game when it comes down to it. So that's how I look at it when it comes down to it. Now, let's give you the passing numbers. Okay, Williams, he passes for, let's scroll this down. He passes for 433 yards. He has 1 score. His quarterback rating is 137.0. Now, Mitchell passes for only 50 yards. So they might not use that quarterback. He only uses them maybe on 8 snaps in games. Now, the wide receiver core, let's give you the wide receiver numbers. That's Wonley. Wonley has 168 yards on 10 catches. He's averaging 16.8. Now, the next guy will be James. He's averaging 9.4. Pierce, 6.0. He has 30 yards. But the main guys will be Wonley and James. Would be the 2 best wide receivers on their football team. So let's so that is the numbers right there. So let's go ahead and give you I'll go ahead and give you some okay, I'm gonna go ahead and give you okay, I'm gonna go ahead and give you some defensive stuff, defensive numbers. Okay, the all-purpose guys is let's see, Wonley, he's averaging 105 yards a game from scrimmage. Also, Dexter averages 71 yards. That's on kick returns. Now, the total yards of offense, that's Williams. Now, the next guys on defense, let's give you those defensive numbers. Okay, the only guy that puts out sacks, produces sacks, is Kevin Apar. He has 2.5 sacks. He has 12 total tackles. So that's in games at 4 for losses. But he also has 1 quarterback hurry. So that's a pretty consistent D when it comes down with it. So they have only 3 sacks a game. 3 sacks a game while giving up 5 sacks a game. So they give up 5 sacks a game, Central Connecticut State. So I say this. Look, if you can push the issue and throw the ball against that defense, you can make some big plays when it comes down to it. So let's go ahead and see how they rank them. Let's go offense. I'm gonna put these numbers in. So I'm gonna go ahead and put in Central Connecticut State's numbers. Okay, Central Connecticut State on scoring offense, they're first in their conference. They're also 58th nationally. They only put up 21 points a game, so they put up 21 points a game. Now, running the football. Let's go over to the running the football. They only average 91 yards a game, so they're ranked 7th in the Northeast Conference and also 89th overall in the national rankings. Now, passing the football. Let's give you a breakdown on passing the football. We'll give you a breakdown there. So you'll see B. So passing the football. So let's see, passing the football. I'm gonna go through those numbers. Okay, let me scroll it down. Okay, passing offense. They are ranked in their conference. They're ranked first with 233 yards passing. They also ranked 37 in passing offense. So we did running offense and passing offense. Okay, we will go over first down breakdowns. Okay, first down offense, they're ranked 2nd in the conference and 54th overall when it comes down to the so they kind of, like I said, they're kind of in the top 5 when it comes down to first down offense. So they will get their first downs when it comes down to it. Make no mistake about it. Now we'll go over some third down conversions. Okay, third down conversions. Central Connecticut's ranked 7th in the conference. They're also ranked 106 overall in the FCS rankings. So that's a pretty. They're in the top 10, but they're not in the top 5 when it comes down to it. So they will give up. So they will convert on third down. That's a record of 20%. So they're not good on third down. Like people, like I said, people might think they're good, but they're not good on third down. Now this is what we're showing you right here. If you see this video, I mean, where we are recording. I mean, I know. Okay, let's give you those numbers. Okay, fourth down, they're ranked in the top 5. So 5th and 45th in the nation. So Central Connecticut State, look, they don't, like I say, they never wow people. I mean, this team, we never heard of before. I mean, they're in the Northeast Conference. I mean, we're going to be playing this team in 2022. So that's kind of hysteric when it comes down to it. So once again, some of the areas they are not that good, and some of the areas they are good. So let's go ahead and give you the defensive side of the football. I'm going to break it down for you. Okay, let's begin with scoring defense. I'm going to break that down for you. And okay, scoring defense. Central Connecticut is ranked second in the conference with 23 points. So they only give up 23 points a game. Also, they rank 41st in the conference. So they in the nation. So 41st in the nation. Also, sacks allowed. We'll go over that later. Okay. So scoring defense, we'll go over pass defense. Let's give you those numbers. So I'm gonna give you the pass defense numbers when we passing yards allowed. They're ranked fifth in the Northeast Conference and 65th overall. So they're kind of ranking those top five when it comes down to pass defense. Now the defending the run. Let's give you those. I'm gonna scroll this down and I'm gonna go ahead and give you the run defense. They're ranked first in the conference, so they're ranked first. Also, they're ranked 22nd in the FCS. So the FCS, they kind of rank in those corners. So that's in the FCS side. So that's on run defense. Now, let's go to the let's go over to the first down defense. Let's give you those first down defensive numbers. Okay, they're ranked first in the Northeast Conference on first down defense, and also 35th in the FCS rankings. So FCS rankings, they're ranked 35th. So they kind of, with 32%, so they kind of come off the page. They're ranked in the top five when it comes down to it. Top five defense for North Central Connecticut State. Now, on third down percentage, they're ranked second, but they're also ranked 32nd on percentage defense. They're at 33%. So that's on third down defense. Now on the fourth down defense, Central Connecticut State's ranked fifth, and Central Connecticut State's ranked 92nd in the FCS national rankings. So that's kind of the how they stand. Now, let's see, sacks. Let's see if we can. I'm gonna pull up sacks, and we'll go through those. Give you those. I'm gonna give the sacks numbers out in just a second. Okay, the team sacks in the game. Central Connecticut State averages 1.50. They're ranked third in the Northeast Conference, and also ranked 57th in the sacks. So I'm gonna say they're a very consistent team when it comes to getting those sacks out there. So they're gonna make their plays on defense when it comes down to it. So that's how we look at them. Central Connecticut State. Now, okay, let's give you the fumbles. Recoveries. Fumble recoveries. I'm going to go ahead and give you that fumble recovery numbers. And we'll go over to Southeastern in just a second. Okay, I'm going to roll this in. Let's see. I'm going to get the fumble recoveries up. Let's see. I'm just go to the fumble recoveries. Okay, fumble recovered. They rank first in fumbles. They have one. They also rank 40th in those areas. Now the fumbles lost, that's the turnovers. Now the interceptions, we'll break down that. Okay, the interceptions, pass intercepted by the defensive team. Let's see, I'm going to give you those numbers. All right, let's scroll it down. All right, right. Pass have been intercepted. These are pass intercepted. They have 2, so they only have 2. They ranked second in the Northeast Conference, and also ranked 32nd in passes been intercepted by the defensive team. So now the red zone defense. Let's give you the red zone defense, and I'll come back to the red zone offense in just a second. All right, red zone defense, they're ranked first in red zone defense, only giving up 71% of their stuff, and they are ranked, let's see, 23rd. So they're kind of ranked 23rd in those areas. Now, so let's see. Looks like I think we covered most of the numbers. So we recovered. So we're going to go over to Southeastern. We're going to switch over. I'm going to switch over to Southeastern this time and give you numbers on them. So let me pull those numbers up, and there we go. Numbers are up on the screen. You'll see B. So I'm gonna put the numbers in the screen. Okay, let's go over to the scoring offense. Let's begin on scoring offense. Break it down. Scoring offense. Okay, Southeastern ranked first in the Southland Conference, putting up 45 points a game. That's a pretty productive number. Also, they ranked 9th in the conference with 45.5 points a game. So that's kind of a consistent way when it comes down to it. So I'm gonna finish. Okay, that's on scoring offense. Let's go over to the pass offense. I'm gonna give you the pass offensive numbers. We'll break those down for you. Okay, pass offense. Southeastern ranked first in the conference with 362 yards a game. They also ranked. Third in the national rankings with 362. So I'm gonna say that's a Southeastern's a consistent passing team when it comes down to it. When we're in the conference, Southland Conference play. Also, now on the run plays, Southeastern's ranked second with 126 yards a game. That's that's on defense. Excuse me. Southeastern's ranked first with 167 yards and 32 in the national rankings. So they have 167. So they'll both pass and run. They're ranked in the top 5. Southeastern. So that's the consistent way. They're consistent on offense. Now we did run. So we did now run and pass. So we'll go over to down and distance. We'll go over to the first downs and third downs and fourth downs. Let's see if he's not coming in the doors, so I can stop this recording. We have to stop it. All right. Sorry about that. Okay, let's get back to the okay, on first down offense, Southeastern has ranked first in the Southland Conference and ranked second in the national rankings with 62 first downs. So they're kind of definitely making those first downs worth their while when it comes down to it. Now that's on first down offense. Now on third down offense. Southeastern also ranked first in third down offense and also ranked in the top 5. So 56% is very good. When I see it, I love these numbers. I'm glad to see these numbers being consistent when it comes down to it. in games. Now, fourth down conversions, they're ranked first, so they have 100%. So they convert on fourth downs. So that's the mantra when it comes down to the games and stuff. Now, let's go over to the red zone. Let's go to red zone. Okay, red zone offense. One of first in red zone offense with 100%. So that's a good number when it comes down to it. In red zone efficiency. Okay, sacks allowed. Southeastern is ranked third with only 2.0 and also 57 nationally in sacks allowed. So that's once again that's the problem that Southeastern has to get fixed because you don't want to allow too many sacks in games. So that is what we're talking about. Okay, let's see what else. We'll begin our defensive breakdown. So let's go ahead and go over our defensive breakdown. Okay, on scoring defense, Southeastern's ranked fifth, giving up 36 points a game. So that's a top 5 finish on the week. Also ranked 74th nationally. So ranked 74th nationally in scoring defense. Now, run defense, Southeast is ranked second, giving up 126.5, and also ranked 40th in the FCS, and giving up yards on runs. Now, throwing the football, against the defenders. Let's give you those numbers. Pass efficiency, defense, they rank 4th in the conference and also ranked 72nd. They give up 147 yards on defense. So that's kind of what they do on the defensive side of the football when they pass the football. Now, total offense. Southeastern averaging 529 yards. They rank first in total offense and also 6th in the national rankings. Now let's give you the run plays. I'm going to give you the run defense. Okay, they rank 2nd in run defense with 75... no, that's wrong. So I'm gonna give you the. We gave you the run defense already. Yeah, 126. So sorry about that. My mistake. Okay, let's give you the first down defense. I'm gonna go ahead and give the first down defense. Okay, the first down defense, they're ranked 5th in the conference and 88th. They only give up 46%. That's on first down defense. Now, on third down defense, Southeastern's ranked 4th with 41% and also 75th with 41%. Now, on fourth down defense, Southeastern's ranked 6th in the conference. That's in the top 10 with 80% and 86% nationally in the FCS side. Now, let's give you a red zone defensive breakdown. Red zone defense breakdown. Southeastern's ranked 2nd in the conference and also nationally with 75%. So the red zone defense is consistent when it comes down to it. So I'll look at it this way. Let's continue that that trend when it comes down to it. Now, we're going to give you time of possession. This is very important, time of possession. Southeastern's ranked 1st with 34 minutes and 49 seconds. Also 16th in the national rankings. So 16th in the national and 1st in the conference rankings. Okay, team sacks on defense. Southeastern is ranked first and also 35th. They have 2.0 um, sacks a game, so that's kind of what we're looking at there in games. So that is how we discuss. Now, pass being intercepted, they're ranked 32nd and second when it comes down to it. So that is your numbers on both teams. So we broke down both football teams in the fold. So let me see if I missed anything on Central Connecticut State. I'm looking. Let's see. Looks like we got Central Connecticut State's numbers. So let's go ahead and give you Southeastern's game numbers. I'm gonna give you those game numbers as a team. So we'll give you So I'm gonna go ahead and scroll it in. Okay, let's give you a brief insert on Central Connecticut State. Okay, Central Connecticut State bounced back from a 28-21 opener to Southern Connecticut, and also 21-19 win against Wagner. They also averaged 324 yards and 21 points through the last 2 weeks. So that's they have Romero Williams has 433 yards. He's 36 of 61. Also, they have a wide receiver in Everett Wonley. He has 10 catches at 168 yards. And then Nassau Smith is another guy that was in the consistent manners. So that once again the series. This is a so let me see if I can give you some other numbers. Okay, let me see if I can pull up individual numbers on players, Southeastern players. I'll give you those. So I'm gonna scroll it down. So I'm gonna give you those numbers. Let me put those numbers in. Let's see if I got numbers. Okay, this is so we're going to give you individual stats. I'm going to go ahead and give you those individual stat numbers. So I'm going to put those in. Give you that in a second. Let me scroll this in. There we go. Okay, the individual numbers are on your screen. Rushing numbers. Jones with let me scroll this in. Jones with 108 yards at 6.0 yards for carry. Cole Kelly has 85 yards and 3 touchdowns. He's on 23 carries. He also, Austin Mitchell has 3 carries for 42 yards. And also, Sieperts Johnson has 5 carries for about 35 yards. Now, the passing the ball, Cole Kelly has 6 touchdowns. He also has a quarterback rating of 153.4. Now, the wide receiver core, you got Mitchell making 14 catches, so a consistent Mitchell. I like what I'm seeing out of this Southeastern wide receiver core. And then you got Turner with 183 yards, and you got Wilson with 99. Cameron Jones with 81 yards, 9.0 yards for a catch. So I say this is a they're averaging 10.0 yards for a catch in games as a wide receiver core. So I say wide receiver core is very consistent when it comes down to it. I mean, there's no comparisons when it comes down to it. Now, so I say this, look, if this wide receiver core can come out gunning against Central Connecticut State, because Central Connecticut State and some of those stats we looked at, not very perfect, but they are, like I said, you can make some significant stops when it comes down to it. So that's my take on it. So let's give you in the last few minutes. I'm going to give you some numbers. I'm going to go ahead and go over the last few numbers. Okay, I'm going to go over the last two games. So let me switch over to these last two games for Southeastern. Let's see if I can give you those last two game numbers. And so I'm going to give you the last. Okay, the last two games. Okay, let me scroll this in. Okay, last two games. Southeastern averaged 544 yards in the last two games. They also averaged in all-purpose yards 634 yards. And let's see what else we can give you. Okay, passing efficiency, they were at 151.9. Average catches was 10.2. Average yards per rush was 5.3. So if you're a Southeastern fan, you should be absolutely pleased what your team's doing, running the ball and also passing the football. So I say this, look, let's continue, because once conference play begins, all bets are going to be in. So now we're going to give you some numbers. Okay, that was in the last two games. So last two games, Southeastern just absolute. Now defensively, let's give you those numbers defensively. I'm going to give you the defensive numbers. Okay, last two games of the defense, Southeastern giving up 426 yards, all-purpose 485. And let's see, passing efficiency was 147.5. Yards for a catch 14.0. That was in the last two games. And also yards for a catch was 14. Yards for a rush was 14.0. So they gave up some absolutely gaudy numbers when it comes down to it. That was total yards was 1,089, but also 426 in games. So that was in games when it comes down to it. So okay, let's see what else we have. See if we can see what else. So I just gave you the wide receiver numbers, and also the so once again, this concludes the Southeastern Central Connecticut State breakdown. Hopefully I gave you an in-depth look at Southeastern and Central Connecticut State. So let's go ahead and go over some news articles before we head out of here. So we're gonna end. We're gonna also, you can catch this recording. Let's see, we'll give you an update on some games and stuff like that. Okay, update: 7-0 Giants on top. That game is in the first quarter, 5:57 remaining. Also in soccer tonight, USA on top 6-0. That's going on in as we speak. Also, let's go over some news headlines and we'll wrap this up. Okay, let's go over some news headlines. Okay, Los Angeles Angels showing Ohtani has a sore arm. He might not pitch this season. Looks like he is going to be shelved for the rest of the season. He's his numbers is 9-2. He has 9-2. His record, he's 9-2. His ERA is 3.36 when playing catch on Wednesday. So I say this young man absolutely wowed people. He had hit 30 home runs and stuff like that. But the truth of the matter is, look, hopefully, if he gets his arm settled down and straight, he could probably pitch again. But I kind of doubt it. So once again, this is from ESPN. Go to ESPN.com. So let me see what else we can go look at. Okay, I'm gonna put this in. Okay, Bengals T. Higgins changed number from number 85, worn by Chad Johnson. That was Ocho Cinco back then. So that is what he's doing. So this is from Ben Baby. You can follow him at ESPN. That's ESPN.com. All right. See what else we have before we wrap this up. Okay, Aaron Rodgers says Packers are in big trouble. Most definitely, I think they are. I think the Green Bay Packers, look, his performance last Sunday was absolutely embarrassed the Green Bay Packers fan, and they're proud fans over there in Green Bay. But the truth of the matter is, look, you can't stink up a game like they did, because that is something that could be a problem when it comes down to it. So, look, Aaron Rodgers has nobody to blame but himself. I mean, look, he can't blame teammates, but he has no one to blame but himself. So, this is from ESPN. Go to ESPN.com, and we'll see what else we have, and then we'll wrap it up tonight. Okay, Kansas City Royals Salvador Perez ties Johnny Bench for the most home run records as a catcher. So it looks like he definitely in the 1970s when Johnny Bench played, he had I think it was 112 home runs. I'm looking at it right now. So he was once again. This proves that that these young players can definitely be potential Hall of Famers, like Johnny Bench back then. So once again, this is from ESPN. Go to ESPN.com, and we will. Okay, let's see what else we have. All right, I'm gonna scroll this out, and we'll go over to Quest City Sports. Okay, QuestCitySports.com. Let's go ahead and give you some information from there. Okay, LSU football currently state affairs stirring many issues. So it looks like LSU is definitely in a lot of trouble. I mean, look, if you can get a win against Central Michigan and start off SEC play right, you'll be just fine. But LSU, once again, the running game, absolutely weird as ugly head, not performing up to their standards. So they're going to have to get better when it comes down to it, because, look, a lot of people is going to want Ed Orgeron's head on a silver platter. And that's something, look, I know he's politically connected and stuff like that, but the truth of the matter is, when you got a rapid fan base that's passionate, wants to win national championships year after year, and then get into the SEC championship game, that's a sign right there. I mean, look, LSU fans, look, I mean, you got Tulane fans, they're expecting a lot, and you got ULO, you got Nickel State. That's another team that could be having expectations weird down their throat. So once again, this is from ESPN. No, excuse me, Quest City Sports. Sorry about that. Quest City Sports. Go to QuestCitySports.com. More information. Okay. Okay, the Sun Belt Conference has a new sponsor for their championship game. That's Hercules Tire. So that is once again, Hercules Tire will be the new sponsor for the Sun Belt Conference Championship, which will be after the season. So I think it's a good investment for the Sun Belt Conference. So once again, this is from Crescent City Sports, go to CrescentCitySports.com, and we'll wrap it up. Let me go ahead and wrap this up. Okay, let's see. I might have to turn. Okay, once again, thanks for joining us on this recorded version of Sports Talk and also Southeastern Preview. We will have this uploaded to YouTube and Facebook. So once again, follow us on the YouTube channel, and also you can follow us on the Facebook channel. So we'll give you the ways you can follow us. So let me put that up on the screen.